No, you're fine. So, Ms. Johnson, did you sign in? Did you sign in?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Okay, so we need you to sign in. Um, the sign-in sheet link is in the chat box so that you can receive a certificate. Okay, we don't want
Okay.
your coming. We don't want your coming to be in vain. So,
Me either.
you've met my co-host, my co-facilitator, my training partner, Patria Hicks. You've met our marketing outreach specialist, Brittany, and I am Lisa B. J. Smith. I am one of two Baltimore County Quality Assurance Specialists for Maryland Excels. And I, like Patria, I've been here for 13 years. I just celebrated my 13th year, November the 12th, and um, I am excited about what I am doing. I am even more excited about being able to present this training to you, and I look forward to hearing all of your wonderful comments, seeing them in the chat, but particularly hearing your lovely voices, because we're all going to be one big happy family. So don't be bashful. Don't be bashful. Okay, so you are here this evening to find out about how to achieve a quality rating 3. Tanya Davis, thank
Yeah,
you
I'm in
for that
class. I'll be
happy
down there by
13th
myself.
anniversary. I'm a teenager. I am a teenager. I am a
Okay.
teenager. So
Okay.
the name of the training is Maryland Excels: How to Achieve a Quality Rating 3. Next slide. All right. So with every presentation, every training, there's always an outline that is before you, and you can just look at that for yourself. It is self-explanatory. Let's go to the next slide. All right. The introduction. The introduction is what we're going to focus our attention on as the introduction. We all know it's the overview of whatever the training subject matter is. In this regard, it will be pertaining to Maryland Excels. All right, next slide. Okay, so with every training, I'm sure you can vouch that this is correct, that for this being correct and true. Every training you've ever attended has always had objectives, because no trainer wants their participants coming to be in vain. So every training has objectives, and of course, that pertains to all trainings that Maryland Excels sponsor. Um, our trainings are approved by the MSDE Division of Early Childhood Training Coordinator. One of the requirements is that we present objectives, of course, for each and every training. And of course, each and every training is not the same. So the objectives would vary. These are our objectives for this session: to define quality rating improvement systems, to identify the criteria needed to move to QR3 in Maryland Excels, analyze the processes of self-assessment and program improvement, to evaluate the benefits of tiered reimbursement, and to explore available resources to assist you in improving the quality within your program. Next slide. Okay, if you've ever attended any of our trainings, and let me just pause by asking, is this someone's first time ever attending a Maryland EXCELS training?
Me.
It's mine as well.
Aisha. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. And Miss T,
Yes, ma'am.
neither of you have ever attended one of our Maryland EXCELS trainings?
No.
Me also.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I may be
first
quiet
time.
burping after this.
I'm sorry.
I may be quiet burping after this.
Oh, it's gonna be a wonderful experience. Trust me. Trust me. And there was a third person. It's you, Miss T. It's Aisha. Oh my goodness, we have quite a few. Des, my first as well. Chesapeake. Okay, Chesapeake. The name. Tell me the name again, Chesapeake.
Second. It's Charlene Fraser Wright.
Charlene. Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, you are in for a sweet treat. A sweet treat. We're glad to have you, first timers. Glad to have you. So, getting back to our slide, for those of you who have attended Maryland EXCELS trainings previously, this slide should look familiar to you, as it is often seen in many of our trainings. This slide talks about a QRIS, which is Maryland EXCELS. It is a quality rating and improvement system for the state of Maryland for early childhood programs. You will be happy to know that Maryland EXCELS is a quality rating and improvement system, but it joins the ranks of practically every other state in our country, as every state has a QRIS for its early care programs. In many states, only certain types of programs are included in this. But in Maryland, we look at all types of programs that are early childhood programs. Those programs would be and would consist of child care centers. Okay, so if someone would put themselves on mute, I'd appreciate that. Kaya,
Yeah.
would you put yourself on mute? Someone's talking in the background, if you don't mind. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So all of those child care programs would consist of family child care programs, large family child care homes, Head Start programs, non-public nursery schools, public pre-K programs, and even school age child care facilities. The key in QRIS is that I stands for improvement. We offer support to help your program increase in quality. That's what Maryland EXCELS is all about, raising the bar in your program, delivering the best services to your stakeholders. And who are your stakeholders? Somebody talk to me. Tell me who your stakeholders are, who the primary stakeholders are as it pertains to your program. Okay, Tanya says parents. Okay, thank you, Tanya. Who I was thinking of another category. I would say your parents are the runner-ups, but who are the number one stakeholders? Jody said the children. Absolutely, absolutely, positively, the children are your primary stakeholders. So we have children being your number one stakeholders. We have your parents and or families being your number two stakeholders, and your number three stakeholders. Who might they be? Does anybody know?
That would be our staff. That's my
Your-
guess.
oh, That's good, Andrea. That's
I was
not,
thinking
that
the
wasn't the
community.
answer I was thinking of, but I love that answer. You should kiss your brain for that, Andrea, because that was out of the box thinking. Your staff definitely benefit from your program being a quality-based program. So who
The
else?
community. The
Yes,
community.
is that
The
you?
community.
Yeah, absolutely, positively. Absolutely, positively. The community, your communities are made better because you exist there. Because wherever children are, there's life, there's vitality, there is wonderfulness happening, innocence happening, perpetual growth happening. Wherever there are children, that's why they say when you surround yourself with children on a regular, you will be forever young. So I plan to live until I'm 101. So I'm always going to have an attachment to children. I want to be as young as possible. How about you?
Yes.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we put the I in QRIS is all about improvement, raising the bar, enhancing, increasing, because whatever is good can be made better, right? Whatever is wonderful can be made even more fantabulous, right? Absolutely. So this slide shows a roadmap to what quality looks like, providing evidence-based standards. We also have guidance available through your QASs, which are located in all of the OCC offices located in the region of located regionally within the state. I believe there are 13 OCC offices. So I don't know if you were aware, but your quality assurance specialist sees and rubs shoulders with your licensing specialist all the time, which is a wonderful thing. Your QAS, and I'm hoping that you know who your QAS is. How many of you know who your quality assurance specialist is? Awesome. Shout out some names for me, if you would. Who's your QAS, Andrea?
So I can't think of last names, but Rhonda
There's Rhonda.
and
Awesome.
also there's a Michelle. So I've been working with both of them.
Okay,
Rhonda came in to
awesome,
do the
awesome.
inspection or whatever, and I think Michelle is the QAS.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Dennis said, yes, I know who mine is. Who might that be, Dennis? Awesome. Okay, I didn't hear Dennis say anything, but okay, I am happy to know you know who your QAS is. Your quality assurance specialist is going to be your biggest cheerleader. Mary Beth, awesome, Charlene. Patria, all right, Robbie, wonderful,
Is a
wonderful.
program coordinator different than QAS?
Yes, your program coordinator is different than your QAS. Your program coordinator is the one who receives, reviews, and approves your documentation when you upload it into your Maryland EXCELS portal. However, your Trish Miller is your PC, Dennis. So your QAS is the person who provides technical assistance sessions. She provides technical assistance to you. I, as a Baltimore County Quality Assurance Specialist, I provide 1 hour TA sessions to all persons who are looking to get started in Maryland EXCELS and looking to acquire higher levels.
Oh, so I think mine is Yvonne Bell.
Yvonne, awesome. Yes. Yvonne is from, my colleague is from Montgomery County. So wonderful. You are in good hands when you are acquainted with your quality assurance specialist, because we want to see you succeed in all you do. And we are. I
what is
always tell my programs, I am and will be your biggest Maryland EXCELS cheerleader.
so your
Okay.
QAS is your point of contact, not your program coordinator?
Well, and this is, let me, that's an excellent question, Ruth Ann. Excellent. We're all in this together. We're all connected. Your QAS is primarily your number one contact, because we're going to assist you. We
Okay.
assist you in dissecting the verbiage that is necessary to meet the criteria, the Maryland EXCELS criteria.
Okay.
We assist you. And then after we assist you, you should then be ready to upload. You are then ready to upload your documentation to your PC, who in turn receives, reviews, and approves. How many of you know that whenever your PC receives your documentation, upon her review, she will always write a comment in the comment section. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, everybody is aware of that. There will always be a comment. Thank you, Dennis. There will always be a comment. Could you tell me who my QAS is? Tanya, absolutely. Yes. I certainly will. Give me just a second, Tanya. So the PCs always enter comments into the comment section. So never worry about that. And so when they enter, Rhonda, awesome, is your QAS. Wonderful, Andrea. So when your PC enters a comment in the comment section, often there are hidden nuggets in her comments that will tell you exactly what you're missing, what your documentation is missing. And you can always enlist the assistance of your QAS to help you dissect the comments and help you further tweak your documentation. So your QAS is definitely here to assist you, definitely available. It is our job. We want to see you succeed. Success, as I share with my Baltimore County program, success is your only option. It is your
I have a
only
question
option.
about the financial rewards. So I just got to level 1. I'm a new center. I just got
Okay.
to level 1.
Awesome.
What is
Congratulations.
thank you. What is financial reward? What does that part mean?
Well, financial incentives give you an additional reason to move up in Maryland EXCELS. So since you just achieved a level 1 in Maryland EXCELS, and this is your first time achieving level 1, is that correct, Ruth Ann?
As in a center environment, yes. I was a home daycare provider and I was participating, but this is new. It's a new license.
Okay, awesome. So in actuality, this is your first time achieving level
Yes.
1 as a center program. So with that in mind, any program participating in Maryland EXCELS that achieves a first time level, be that a level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, will receive a first time bonus. Now I said 4 and 5, so let me piggyback on 4 and 5. 4 and 5, levels 4 and 5, at those 2 levels, programs will receive reoccurring bonuses at levels 4 and levels 5. At level 3, and we're going to get more into that, but since you asked the question, I'll go ahead and answer it. At level 3, you will receive, of course, a bonus, but you'll also receive additional payments that being in the form of Maryland EXCELS payments. Okay? You'll receive that. But at level 1, you can look forward to receiving a first-time bonus if you have not
I
received the
have it.
first
How do I
time.
receive this? Like in the mail or?
How do you receive your scholarship
I don't
compensation?
have scholarship book.
You don't receive scholarship compensation. Okay. Okay. So you probably will receive it in the mail if you don't have an account set up to receive scholarship payments. Most times or often, programs will set up a particular account. There's an accounting of the POSC. Is anyone familiar with that acronym POSC? You can go on the website. It's the state website. And you can go on that website and you can find out information. And you can also set up an account. I don't know if it is through POSC.
Can you put that
but
information in the chat if that's okay?
I'm sorry.
Would you mind putting that information in the chat?
I can do that, but I need to double check that. I know POSC has something to do with it, but there's another part that is escaping me at the moment. So what I would like for you to do, Ruth Ann, I can get you that information, email me after the training, and I will send you that information. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Mhm.
Okay, my email should be included on the calendar invite list. All right? Lisa.Smith, or I'll give it to you now. Lisa.Smith1@maryland.gov. Lisa.Smith1@maryland.gov. Okay, so Tanya, I didn't forget about you. Tanya, what county are you from? Which county? Baltimore. Baltimore County or Baltimore City? Okay, are you Baltimore County? Are you west side or east side? East. Okay, so that would be my partner, Ashley Hensley. Ashley Hensley. That's ashley.hensley@maryland.gov. Okay. All right. Ashley takes care of the east side programs, and I serve the west side programs. I'm going to remember your name, Tanya. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we touched on financial incentives. You're welcome, Tanya. There are several benefits to participating in Maryland EXCELS. You are among the wise when you participate in your state's quality rating and improvement system, because how can a program profess to be quality-based if they refuse to participate in their own state's quality rating improvement system? Doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it does make sense to somebody else, but it doesn't make sense to me. But we make it worth your while to participate with us because of the offering of financial incentives as you increase your ratings. Also, when you participate in Maryland EXCELS, you can receive vendor discounts from our various vendors. Every time you place a learning supplies or a learning materials order with Kaplan, Discount School Supplies, Lakeshore, Community Playthings, Becker's, all you have to do is call, place your order, let them know you are a Maryland EXCELS participant, and you will receive a discount on all of your orders. Ms.
Really?
T, did you know that? Yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
learning.
Absolutely. The more you know, the more you grow, right?
Absolutely.
So, we make it worth your while. I don't know what other QRIS programs do what we do, but I can attest that every Maryland EXCELS participating program receives incentives for partnering with us. It is worth your while. So spread the word. It is worth being a part of Maryland EXCELS. Any questions so
I
far?
have a question. Do y'all partner with any state-approved curriculum, like so we can get discounts on those because they're so expensive?
No, we don't. We don't. We do not partner with, or we do not provide curriculum discounts. However, as you matriculate up the Maryland EXCELS tier, when you start receiving additional bonuses, and even at level 3, if you are receiving scholarship compensation, as I previously mentioned, you will receive additional Maryland EXCELS money and additional Maryland EXCELS payment. And often it is a nice size, substantial payment. And, programs are advised to be creative with that money. Put it
Right.
back into your program. Purchase a curriculum,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right, next slide. Good questions. All right. If any of you want to show your lovely faces, I won't be upset. If you want to show your lovely faces, I'd absolutely love it. I'm loving hearing your voices though. Okay, so you see before you a diagram. Okay, Tanya, after you finish eating, we'll be looking for you, Tanya. Okay. Before you see a diagram that talks about continuous quality improvement. So, right off the bat, is anybody perfect? Are there any perfect programs out there? Andrea? Letitia, are there any perfect programs that you know of?
No.
None.
Okay, Aisha, does all programs cross all of their T's and dot all of their I's?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Does every program, is there any program that always crosses every T and dots every I? Is there any
No.
program
No.
that is perfect?
No.
No, and you know why? Dennis, did you have something to say? Thank you for showing your face, sir. Wonderful. Dennis,
Yes.
do you know why there are
Yes.
no perfect programs?
Board program?
It's not possible. No one is perfect.
No one is perfect. There are no perfect programs because no one living anyway is perfect. So you can't have a perfect program. So with that in mind, we should hone in on this diagram. This diagram infers that no program is ever perfect. Whether we learn more or we want to do more, we can always improve where we are and what we do. It is important that we use reflective practices associated with the early care profession that center around assessing, improving, and communicating. We assess by taking an objective, looking at our program and practices. From there, we determine what things we do well and what we can improve on to make our programs even more effective. With all that we do, we keep in mind, it is imperative that we do, keep in mind our focus. And what is your focus? What would you say the focus of every child care program is or should be? Somebody talk to me. Aruna,
Quality education.
Yes, quality education for the children.
a quality providing a quality education for children. Dennis says continuous improvement. Somebody else, Sarah, what do you think our objective should be as it relates to our child care programs? What should every program be aspiring to do for our children?
Like safety, education, and improve every quality, all children.
Absolutely, absolutely. Virginia, would you agree? Would you agree to that?
I totally agree. Please
To
call
that
me Jody.
opinion? Awesome, Jody. Awesome.
Thank you.
Jody, now, do you prefer Jody or Virginia?
Jody.
Jody. Okay, Jody. Okay. Jody says, I agree 100%. Awesome. Awesome. So when we assess and look at what's going well in our programs or what needs to be attended to, what needs to be tweaked, what should be eliminated, we should then move to improving what is working but can work better to increase the effectiveness in our programs. So in so doing, once we assess and improve, we should share. We have to communicate that to our stakeholders. Absolutely. We don't want to keep a secret. If we are changing any of our policies or improving our procedures to heighten the level of quality in our programs from A to Z, it shouldn't be a secret, right? We should share it with our stakeholders. And who did we say our stakeholders are?
Children, parents, and staff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In our communities. So the cycle, with that being said, the cycle is ongoing. It's like the Energizer Bunny. It should keep going and going and going and going. It is never ending. You should always have a reason to assess, to look at your program and to seek out ways to make it better. Okay, next slide. Sarah, you have a question?
Yes, please. I
Okay.
said it's little funny, but I want to share with you guys. Money, you can hide it, it's okay, but knowledge, if you sharing, you get more knowledge.
Yes, yes. And sharing is caring. When
Yeah.
you share anything,
Yes.
if it's your food,
Yes.
if it's money,
Yeah. Sharing
if
is
it's
caring.
providing a service,
Yes.
if it is providing a service, it says to whoever you are sharing that with that you care, you're concerned. Okay? You like them at least, right? Sharing is caring. I always say that. So that is awesome. That is awesome. We're going to get into the Maryland Excel standards. Are there any other comments about anything we've covered so far? Okay, Dennis says, learn from the feedback you receive from sharing. Awesome, Dennis. Wonderful. Wonderful. I mean, how many of you know that we never stop learning? We should never, ever stop being a pupil. We should be students of life, actually. Actually, you should never stop learning. The only time we should stop learning should be if we're 6 feet under, really. There's always something to learn, always. Do you agree with that, Ms. T?
Absolutely.
Are we on the same page with that?
All day
Ladies
long.
and gentlemen, absolutely, positively. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to go. I see the thumbs up, Tanya. I totally agree. Let's go to the next slide. So all of you are familiar with how your Maryland Excel's account or portal looks. You know that Maryland Excels consists of 5 and 5, 5 content areas, 5 levels. 5 is the magic number as it pertains to Maryland Excels. Why? Because there are 5 content areas. You know what they are. You may even dream about them in your sleep at times when you're trying to upload documentation and you're seeking a higher level. You're tweaking your documentation. Licensing and compliance. This particular content area, you will never, ever need to upload any documentation to level 2 licensing and compliance, LIC. Isn't that great news? That's good news, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. That's news that you've known for a while. And why is it that you don't have to upload any documentation to licensing and compliance? Can Desiree tell me? Desiree, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. That was a strong yes, Desiree. So why would we as a program never need to upload anything to licensing and compliance? Why?
Well, as a program, it's public information anyway.
Absolutely. And it comes from that
Licensing
information comes
specialist.
from your who, Desiree?
My licensing specialist.
Absolutely, positively. It comes from your licensing specialist. Now, you'll be happy to know, you'll want to know that licensing and Maryland Excels, we are in cahoots with each other. Licensing is the very foundation upon which Maryland Excels was created, was founded. Because if a program is not in compliance and if a program is not licensed through the regs of Maryland, the state of Maryland, via the Office of Child Care, they can't participate in Maryland Excels. Maryland Excels is for the elite, those elite programs who are licensed and do all that they possibly can do to maintain compliance. So with that in mind, we move to the second content area, which is staff qualifications and professional development. This area is tied to the Maryland Child Care Credential Program that we know is paused right now, right? All of you are aware of that, right? The credential program has been paused.
Yes.
Yes, but the good news is what? Have you heard the good news?
We hope
No.
it's coming back soon.
Yes, that it's coming back. We don't know when exactly. We can't give you a specific date, but it is coming back and it is going to be bigger and better than ever. So staff qualifications and professional development pertains to your professionalism, how seriously you take your expertise, right? Right? The more you know, the more you
Grow.
grow. So staff training, staff qualification, and professional development speaks to the trainings that you acquire. And as an educator, it is your responsibility to grow your expertise, to grow your professionalism. Ruth Ann, you have a question?
Yeah, my question is, I just started, September I opened, and I have one child enrolled, and currently it's just me because I just have the one child.
Okay.
And so can I even get to level 2? Or do I have to have more students? Do I have to have staff and all of that stuff? Or can I just get to level 2?
Absolutely. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You said you just have one child?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We will be there waiting for you with open arms.
Okay.
Okay. And your QAS will gladly assist you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So as we look back at the content areas, we've talked about licensing and compliance. We've talked about staff qualification and professional development, rating scales and accreditation, which guides you in both self and later outside evaluations of your strengths or the strengths of your programs, the needs of your program. Through these evaluations, you'll be encouraged to set your course for quality improvement. Programs who are accredited by an organization recognized by MSDE will have a pathway applied, which reduces the number of documents required in several sub-content areas. So that means when programs pursue and achieve level 5, they have to be accredited, or only accredited programs can become a level 5 program in Maryland EXCELS. Okay, only. To achieve level 5, you must be accredited. You can be accredited through MSDE. If you're a center program, or you can be accredited through NEPCA, NACE. There's a variety of other accrediting agencies, organizations for centers. However, for family child care programs, NEPCA has recently opened their doors to provide family child care program accreditations, and also NAFCC. They've always provided accreditation to family child care programs. Aruna, you have a question.
Yes,
Okay.
I had 2 questions. First
Okay.
question is like for level 3 accreditation, we need to have an interview verification form from any of the firm you're mentioning.
Yes.
And what if we go find a firm and we are interviewing them, but later on they may be expensive. I don't know the rates of how much the charges are for accreditation for each firm. So if we go change for the another firm, is it okay? Another organization?
Okay, so let me make sure I understand your question. Okay, so when pursuing level 3, the requirement is as far as rating scales and accreditation, and we're going to get into that even more, but you must provide a form that verifies that you have either attended an accreditation conference call interview that we sponsor. You'll hear that again, or you have interviewed. If you're a center, you've interviewed an accredited center director whose center is accredited at level 3.
Correct.
Okay, you must write the information down, and we'll get hold your just keep that in the forefront of your mind, because we have a slide that's going to talk to that subject. Okay.
Okay.
Now, did you have a second question concerning
Yeah,
something else?
there
Okay.
are so many organizations which are listed in the website saying that we can
Yes.
go with it, but we really don't know like how much do they charge, and there are charges, I'm sure, and
Right.
which organization costs more, like
Right.
or is it
And
what we are doing?
absolutely. And you have varieties of spice of life. So you would have to do your research. You would do your research, but I just want to put a plug in for MSDE. Does anyone know how much MSDE charges for their accreditation for child care programs, child
I
care
have no
center
idea,
programs?
sorry.
Does anyone know? Does anyone know?
I have
No.
no idea,
Letitia?
but
Andrea?
I was going to say, I bet you it's free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kiss
zero.
your brain, Andrea. Yes, absolutely. It is free. FREE. that wonderful 4-letter word. It is free. So if I were you, I would stick and stay with us whenever you're ready to pursue accreditation. Now, at level 3, you are not required to be an accredited program. I just want to reiterate that. That
So that
comes
form-
at, that requirement comes at level 5.
Correct.
But
So
the
that
form, the form is required. And we're going to get more into that, okay? All
yeah,
right.
so MSD, or I should contact MSD officials to fill that form if we are
No,
planning to go with
no.
MSD. Okay.
No, are you talking, do you want to become an accredited childcare program? Are you a center director?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so if you're interested in becoming accredited, you would contact Nicole Johnson, who is our accreditation manager. Okay,
Thank you so
and
much.
you can reach out to her, contact your QAS, and that she can receive. I'm sorry, you can reach out to her, or you can email me, and I
Okay.
can forward you her information if you
Thank
want
you
to
so
become
much.
accredited. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. But at level 3, does a program have to be accredited at level 3?
No.
That's no.
No.
That's no. Just the interview
Absolutely.
form has to be, a interview verification form has to be filled out.
Absolutely, absolutely, positively. You're right. You're absolutely right. So we look at the 3rd or the 4th Maryland Excels content area, which speaks to developmentally appropriate learning and practice, DAP, which are practices that you incorporate in your program on a daily basis. On a daily basis. It speaks to what you do every day, how you educate children. And we'll go more into detail about that. Administrative policies and practices recognizes that your program is a business and helps to refine the policies that you either have in place or decide to incorporate into your daily practices for staff and families. Okay, again, we'll talk more about that. So, for licensing and compliance programs, or as far as licensing and compliance is concerned, programs must not receive more than one inspection date with a non-compliance in the areas of capacity. Listen up closely. Capacity, child protection, supervision, or group size and staffing within the past 12 months in areas as noted in the standards. If, in fact, a program receives 2 or more, if there is more than one inspection date with a non-compliance, the program's rating will be lowered. And in essence, that just means you cannot have 2 or more non-compliances within any of these areas: capacity, child protection, supervision, group size, and staffing within a 1-year basis, a 1-year timeline, which means, for instance, if your licensing specialist comes out tomorrow and you're licensed for 50 children as a child care center, or you're licensed for 8 children as a family child care program, but in your center you have 75 children, you are out of compliance and you are going to receive a non-compliance on the day of your inspection. And if she turns around next week and comes to investigate a complaint and something else is awry as it pertains to the protection of a child or a child or a teacher pushed or shoved or hurt a child, God forbid, because that should never happen. Parents are entrusting their prized loved ones, lovey-doveys, love bugs to you. And it is your responsibility to keep them safe and to take good care of them while educating them. Some complaints should never happen. Children should never be hurt. Children should never be left on the playground. But I digress. But if you receive 2 or more non-compliances in a 1-year calendar time frame, if you are a level 3, or if you are at a level 2, or if you are at a level 4 in Maryland EXCELS, whatever level you are, you've achieved because of receiving 2 or more non-compliances, you will receive a decrease in your level, and you will go back to a level 1 until the oldest non-compliance falls off. In the areas of capacity, child protection, supervision, group size, and staffing. All right. I just want to drive that point home. All right. Okay. Ruth Ann has a question. After her question, we're going to go to the next slide.
Okay. I am, as I said, I'm level 1. So to go to level 2, the STF 1.2 says that I have to hold a current credential level at 2 or higher.
Okay.
So is that the credentialing you're talking about?
Well, yes, that is. However, because of the pausing of the credential program, when programs want to achieve higher levels in Maryland EXCELS, we are waiving that requirement. You will not have to meet that particular criterion. However, to achieve level 2, that can easily be achieved by having your 45-hour certificate, if you do have that in infants and toddlers. And for level 3, you would suffice that particular criterion with having your 90-hour certificate. Or if you have a degree in early childhood education, you would upload that there. And that would suffice not just level 2, but level 3, possibly level 4. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's move to the next slide. That's an excellent question. I'm loving the commentary. Loving the commentary. Jody, you have a question?
Yes. How about CDAs for the level?
CDAs, yes.
For
That should be,
for the
I
staff.
think that would be a level 4. But you can always obtain additional information regarding credentialing. You can visit the website. You can go on the MSDE website, go on the DEC page, and there will be some information there about credentialing that will speak to how to meet the different, the equivalence of the different credential levels. Okay, Jody?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, awesome. So we're at on page number 9. So before you see a snapshot of the Maryland EXCELS Standards Online view. This is just a snapshot on the left, and you're familiar with this snapshot. On the left, there will always be your content areas, okay? You're gonna click, if you would click that, Patria. Okay, the content area that is in the rectangle speaks to the 4th content area, which is DAP, developmentally appropriate learning, and practices. So from each content area menu, you can select one of the subcategories. Click it again. Patria. Awesome. So the featured subcategory, and I realize it is very small. I don't want you to hurt your eyes though. But the featured subcategory that is being highlighted speaks to positive guidance. Positive guidance, you've already created your discipline policy or your positive guidance policy, which is infused and which consists of your positive behavioral strategies and support. Somebody shout one positive behavioral strategy out to me. Tell me one of them.
Like a reward.
I'm sorry, Dennis, you said a reward.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
For good behavior.
Okay. Or appropriate behavior. But how about
Compliment.
redirection?
Redirect.
Redirection.
Direction.
Tell me something, because you're pursuing level 3. Tell me, even at level 1, what is the other behavioral strategy? Redirection and what else? Somebody talk to me. I know you know.
Giving choices.
Yes, absolutely. Providing choices,
Providing
using
direction.
redirection, having clear rules. Okay. Everybody needs rules, right?
Yes.
Give them items they like to play with. Okay, Dennis. Okay. Learning materials. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, next slide. Thank you. Rabia says redirect and providing choices. Absolutely. Absolutely, Rabia. Okay, so in each subcategory, you can view the details for each of the 5 levels by selecting that level. Click, if you would, Patria. Okay, so at level 3, once you click that level, there's going to be a drop down box that will let you know what is required for that particular level. And for you, Ruth Ann, you're going to be pursuing level 2. So you may want to click the level 2 line. Okay, whichever line, Nichelle, what are you saying, Nichelle?
I'm not in that slide.
You're not seeing it?
No.
Does everybody else see the slides?
Yes.
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 I don't know why. Samara says yes. I don't know. You want to, I don't know, my dear.
Okay.
Let's go to the, oh, you're saying you don't see that in your PowerPoint.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is just an online view.
Okay.
It's just an online view. And I can send you this one slide if you want to email me. It's page 10. You don't have page 10?
I'm not seeing it on the screen.
Oh, you're not seeing it on the screen. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you saw the other ones though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe if
Okay.
we keep going, okay, you'll
Okay.
see the next one. So at 11, the description provides the details of what the documentation is that is required to meet the subcategory. In this example, programs are asked to describe their positive behavioral supports and strategies that they use with children to achieve level 3. In this particular subcategory, you must provide documentation that says you provide choices, you use redirection, you have clear rules with expectations, not just clear rules, but clear rules with expectations, and you use reflection and problem solving. Okay, all of that must be in your discipline policy. All right. All of that helps to ensure that appropriate behaviors occur for the most part. For the most part. Okay. All right. Next slide. Okay. So this section also tells you what documentation to upload. It tells you documentation to upload. It's simple. It specifically states what is needed. In this case, a written policy for positive behavioral practices is shared with families and staff. That sentence must be mentioned. This means that you will need to indicate how it is shared.
Lord.
Any resources available for the particular subcategory will also be included. Often these resources will download to your device. Now that you know how to read and navigate your online standards or our online standards, let's talk about specifics for quality rating 3. Okay? As we've already mentioned, you will never, ever have to upload anything for licensing and compliance. For level 3, you will be required to upload documentation for the four remaining content areas. And what are the 4 remaining content areas? Somebody give me one. Give me one, Letitia. One of the content areas that you would have to upload documentation to. Letitia? Letitia, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, give me one of the content areas you will have to upload documentation to.
For
all of the
Develop-
levels.
you talking about developmental appropriate learning and practices.
Okay, yes, that's one. Tanya helped you out. She put the acronym in. Awesome, awesome. Wabette, are you there, Wabette? I would love to hear your lovely voice, Wabette. What's another content area, Wabette? Okay. All right, Ruth Ann said ADM. You are using acronyms, and I love that. I love to use the acronyms of our content areas. Okay, Charlene says STF, and I'm looking for one more. Nichelle, can you let me know which one we're missing? We've said ADM, we've said DAP. What's the next one? Someone has said
ACR.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Nichelle. Awesome. And somebody chimed in as well. Absolutely. Okay. Moving to the next slide. Okay. All right. So we've talked about STF, how it pertains to the professional, your professional trainings. On this side, the red letters show the difference. On this slide, rather, the red letters show the difference in wording for family child care programs, but the intent is still the same. The credential program should be perused and should be pursued by every educator in Maryland. It's a wonderful program. You can even obtain, by participating in the credential program, you are able to obtain a degree, an AA degree, a BA degree, BS degree, even a master's degree when you partner with the credential program. Okay, so as I mentioned previously, I encourage you to go on the website and just to see all the wonderful incentives there are when you participate in the credentialing program. Why? Because the more you know, the more you grow. Absolutely, absolutely. Is there anyone that is credentialed that is a part of the training tonight? Do we have any credentialed educators?
I'm credentialed. Well, I was
Awesome, Letitia. Okay, so what level, Letitia?
6.
Level 6. And
Yeah.
tell the family what that means when you are a credential level 6. Tell them.
What I have or
Tell
what the
them
extension?
yes, tell them what that means for you financially as a
Oh,
credentialed level as a credentialed level 6 educator. What does
as
that
a
do for
credential
you?
level 6, the financial I get $1,000 annually. As long as I
Annually.
make sure that I do the 24 credits, continue education credits, and I think it's 3 or 4 PEUs.
Yes, yes. So whenever you pursue credentialing, and you obtain a credential level 2 or higher, you will receive a one-time bonus, but at levels 4 plus through level 6, you'll receive annual bonuses. Okay, Aruna?
Yes, I wanted to know how will we find out what credentials level we are at? Because I saw somewhere that you have to have 130 hours plus postgraduate or some degree qualification and all that. So who
Okay.
can tell me to find
Well,
out?
okay, you'll want to visit the website. It
Should
it will tell you, visit the website, Aruna, and you'll find out a plethora of information.
Would this be MSD website you're talking about?
Yes,
Remember, I'm the babe of the group.
oh, that's okay. MSDE's website, and you're gonna put in DEC. I believe you'll put in DEC. I think we've revamped the website a little bit. But if you put in DEC, or even if you put in credential program, it should pop up. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
If you seek, you will surely find. All right, Aruna, does that help you?
I'm checking. You said DEC or
Yes.
what do you have to do?
Right, DEC.
It's not coming up when I'm searching.
It's not coming up.
You can also, if you could try Google search, if you put in MSDE credentialing program, it should give you
Thank you.
a link so that you can click on it.
Okay, I'll check. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And if you still can't find it, you can always reach out to your quality assurance specialist. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
All righty. Awesome, awesome. Okay, next slide. Okay, looking at ACR, which speaks to accreditation. Although this subcategory is titled accreditation, as we have already mentioned, at level 3, you are not required to be an accredited program. It is just a way of us putting the thought in your mind, encouraging you to think about what it would be like to become an accredited program, giving you necessary or giving you information, because knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is power. So it's always good to find out information so that we can plot our next move professionally. So programs are not required to be accredited or to have started the accreditation process at quality ratings 2 and 3. However, we do ask that you start finding out about accreditation and thinking about whether or not this additional process is right for your program. The accreditation reflection and planning form contains 8 questions to be answered after attending the accreditation orientation training, or viewing the accreditation webinar listed in the resource section of ACR 1.2. So at 1.2, at level 2, per ACR, all of you, for those of you who are actively pursuing level 3, you should have already looked at the webinar for level 2. That's the only requirement that is being asked of you for ACR 1.2. However, for ACR 1.3, you must complete the verification form that will be based on you attending one of our sponsored accreditation interview conference calls. How many of you have attended such? Has anyone attended any of our accreditation interview conference calls? Has anyone? No one?
Actually, it was
Yes.
overlapping with today's same timing, 6 to 7 or something. So that's why I was not able to attend.
Where do we find the webinar to get to level 2, the webinar you talked about that we
The
have to
webinar, that's a good question, Ruth Ann. The webinar is going to be at ACR or within ACR 1.2. So when you click on level 2, when you click
Can I share
on
my screen,
your
please?
when you click on your accreditation and rating scales content area, the levels will come up.
Yep.
You'll click on ACR 1,
Mhm.
and then you'll click on level 2. And as you stream down, you'll see the webinar. You can actually listen to it right through your laptop. All you're going to do is click on it, and it will start. Once you click open, it will start talking. It's about 15 to 20 minutes. That's for the webinar. That's for ACR 1.2 or level 2. That's not for level 3. For level 3, you will want to contact your quality assurance specialist and ask them to sign you up to attend the accreditation interview conference call. We schedule those conference calls every other month. So we've already had them for November. The next time they will be offered will be in January. Okay, so reach out to your quality assurance specialist and they will add you to the list. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that you can suffice ACR 1.3. Okay. So resources for this section include the form and a list of guiding questions that could be asked during the interview or visit. It is not necessary to upload the answers. The only document that you have to upload for ACR 1.3 is the verification form. Okay, for ACR 1.3, it is only the verification form. All right, we with each other? Are we together?
Yes.
Yes.
Nichelle, you good? Nichelle, you all right?
Yes.
Everybody's okay. We're still together. Okay, so the 2 forms are for different quality ratings. We spoke about the reflection form, the accreditation reflection and planning form. That's what you would upload for level 2 in ACR for level 2. But for level 3, somebody tell me what is required. The only form that is required. We just mentioned it.
Verification form.
Absolutely, the verification form.
Interview
Wonderful.
verification form.
The interview, yes. Thank you, my dear. Thank both of you. Thank you both. Next page, next slide. Okay, so the Maryland EXCELS standard or standards. The goal of a self-assessment is to show a program's strengths and areas of improvement. That value is diminished if the assessor is not honest about what they see during a given moment, which means during the self-assessment, which is a requirement for level 3, conducting a self-assessment, looking at what's going on in your program, having a guide that guides you through the process. And you, the assessor, which will most likely be you, it can be you, it could be you or someone else who works with children, maybe an educational coordinator, whoever you designate, or if you do it as a director, you would want to be honest with the things that you see. There may be some items on the scale that are not met due to circumstances beyond your control, particularly in terms of indoor and outdoor space limitations. That is okay. There is no pass or fail in the process. So you will see this information later to develop your program improvement plan. At that point, you will have this reliable information on which to base your decision. So you must complete a self-assessment first and foremost before you can complete your program improvement plan. Your self-assessment lets you know the areas that you are excelling in or doing well in. And it also informs you of areas that need to be tweaked and improved, enhanced, made better. Those areas that need to be improved upon are placed on your program improvement plan. And we'll get into that even more, okay? So programs will use the Maryland EXCELS self-assessment tool, which focuses on teacher-child interactions. They are age-specific, or the tools are age-specific, free, and available on the Maryland EXCELS website. For school-age designated spaces, will continue to use SACRS. Okay? I'm hearing an echo. All right. So the Maryland EXCELS self-assessment is available to all of you to utilize. And I would. It is an easy read. It is an easy, friendly tool that you can use to determine the strengths of your program and the areas of improvement. The Maryland EXCELS self-assessment. Next slide. So the goal of a self-assessment, and we talked about that, the goals, just to unveil what you need to do in your program, how you need to navigate improving, and what is working and what is not. So the next slide speaks to a particular standard, that of the program improvement plan. We like to use acronyms, and we call it the PIP. The PIP, the Program Improvement Plan. So what do children, this is something for you to consider. What do children in your care need in order to be ready for kindergarten? The following are where providers can gather information as to what is included in school readiness. So your program improvement plan should consist of areas of improvement, should consist of school readiness goals. Okay, so you can format your goals by looking at the Ready at 5 report, which is available at www.readyat5.org. You can refer to that website when you start to create your school readiness goals. Okay, that is again www.readyat5 meaning the word .org. Early Childhood Advisory Councils, local school systems, Maryland Early Learning Standards, early learning assessment. So your program priorities, you would have a program priority goal as well. Okay? On your PIP. And what did we say the acronym PIP stands for?
Program Improvement Plan.
Awesome. Thank you, Aruna. Yes. So on your PIP, your PIP, your program improvement plan, you must have or you must address the areas of improvement that you discover as a result of conducting your self-assessment. On that PIP, you must also have school readiness goals, 2 of them. And thirdly, you'll want to have a program priority goal. A program priority goal can be anything that will advance your program, anything that is specific to your program, be that to obtain a curriculum, to get a facelift for your program, to obtain more books, to obtain more furniture, to invest in more learning materials. The first one, again, meaning the Ready at 5 report. Is that correct? You're asking me a question, Tanya? Is that the Ready at 5 report that you?
Is Ready at
Is that
5
the one?
report
You
different?
said Ready at 5.
No,
Their
Ready at
pro-
5, and that is www.
No. You said Ready at 5 and program priority goal. I thought you said
Oh.
3.
Oh, okay. Okay. So as far as your program improvement plan, you're speaking of the goals
Yes.
that need to be. Okay, awesome, awesome. They would consist of the areas of improvement, goals that speak to the areas of improvement, right? You're going to create those as a result of conducting your what? Your
assessment.
Your self-assessment. So those goals will be on your PIP. Secondly, you will
Gotcha.
have 2 school readiness goals. Thirdly, and
Is there a
lastly,
reason that's just 2?
oh, just 2, because it only, if you wanted to do more than 2, you certainly can, Ruth Ann, but we only require 2.
There's
We
5
require
domains,
2.
right?
You know, because by the time you're going to have 3 different categories, 3 different types of goals. Okay. So you're going to have your areas of improvement, goals that you create to address your areas of improvement. And you're going to have school readiness goals. And you're going to have a program priority goal.
Can I,
Now,
so
if you want, we only require 2 school readiness goals, but you can have more if you want.
is
Can,
this
can you
based
give
on
me
the 5
examples?
domains? Is this based on the 5 domains for the school readiness, like language, math, social, physical well-being, scientific
Yes,
thinking?
they're all tied in together. They're all tied in together. So once you look at this website, it will give you further insight on or concerning the school readiness goals that you should create for your program because they're universal.
You said
For
the
all children going,
ready@5.org. Is that the website?
I'm sorry. Aruna, you said?
Ready@5.org. Is that the website you're
No,
talking about?
it is www.readyat5.org. Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
And can you
Okay.
give an example of school readiness goals and objectives? One example.
Well, I think somebody, let's ask one of our family members, what is required of a child starting kindergarten to know? What do they need to know when they
to
go
20
to school?
number.
Should they be able to count?
Yeah,
Should
1
they
to
be
20
able
number.
to
Recognize
exactly
alphabet.
exactly they should be able to identify all of the alphabets,
Yeah.
right? They should be able to socialize on their own
Colors,
level.
patterns.
Personal, social development. Their cognition should allow them to be able to identify a square versus a circle,
Yeah,
right?
thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
And
Okay,
even
so
going to the bathroom and picking up their pants is as common. They have to know.
awesome. Next slide. Wonderful. Great question. So when we get into Patria, let's go to the next slide because we have 20 minutes. When we get into writing a program improvement plan, you want to define the areas that you need to enhance to make better. Refer back to the items collected throughout the course of the training, the documents or policies that are in need of revision. ERS, environmental rating scale subscales that are scored below 4. School readiness items and program specific goals such as credentialing or accreditation. So the areas that you need to address should be areas per your self-assessment that you scored below 4. Below 4, not at 4 or higher. Whatever areas you scored below 4 in, you should want to improve upon those areas. Only those areas via your self-assessment that you scored below 4 in should be areas of improvement. Aruna?
Yeah, I was reading through, I'm doing the self-assessments now, and they said you have to do it 2 hours. So I was doing at the intervals of 20 minutes and 20 minutes like that.
Yes, 20
So
minute cycles.
that's the recommended. And if I see like, that 20 minutes intervals is like 3 times or, 180 minute, 20 minutes, like that 2 hours would be 180. Like, 3 times I have to do at least, or 6 times you have to do for 2 hours intervals, like, 2 hours thing. So do you average out all the scores? Like, that's what I was a little confused. Like, one area, sometimes it's better when they're doing in circle time, when we do, outside plays, something different. I observe, like, different times they want me to observe, right? So I wanted
Okay.
your idea about it.
Yes, you're gonna observe 20-minute cycles, okay, per each classroom, per each age. So if you have a toddler's classroom, if you have an infant's classroom, if you have a preschool classroom, you will spend 20 minutes per each segment. On Maryland Excels, on the Maryland Excels self-assessment, there are, I believe, 6 areas: personal,
Correct.
social, there's cognitive, there's
Readiness.
there are at least 6
Teacher,
areas.
yeah.
Teacher child interactions. So you'll spend 20 minutes per each of those content or categories.
Okay.
And you'll go through each line. I call them categories, and the lines are subcategories. That's what I call them. Okay. Okay. But
you.
you certainly can use the expertise of your QAS should you run into a pickle or should you need further clarification. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. All right. So your PIP should consist of school readiness goals, the areas of improvement that were identified as a result of you conducting your self-assessment. What is the area, what would the score be that you would create a goal? Below what?
Below 4.
Absolutely. Any areas that your self-assessment yielded that, or where you received lower than a 4, you should create SMART goals. And you see the SMART goals right there in front of you. Most of you, if not all of you, I'm certain you've heard of SMART goals, right? Goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, relevant, time limited. Okay. So a realistic goal, a realistic or a SMART goal, an example for a SMART goal could be increasing teacher-child, increasing teacher-child interactions by having the child to, or having the teacher to smile more at the child, or to provide more hands-on, perhaps hands-on opportunities, or just to be more engaging with the child. So you may say that your teacher will, when the teacher is engaging with the child, the teacher will always get down on the child's level. Whether that means during circle time, the teacher is sitting on the carpet with the child or with the children, or they're sitting in a chair, they're close to the child. Because whenever you talk to a child, you never want to tower over a child, right? That's never good. It's always good to be in front of a child and to be at eye level. Okay, is that measurable? How often is the teacher doing it?
Oh, okay. How
Yes,
often?
the frequency. The teacher should be doing something like that every day, whenever she engages children. So there are a plethora of various types of goals. That's just something that I thought of, but I'm sure you are experts in the field. We all have our expertise. You certainly can think of a SMART goal. Okay. It is okay to add additional items to the PIP outside of the required ones. Ruth Ann, you asked about that. A program may have directives from ownership or board, enrollment goals, or additional achievements and such. Okay. So consider providing this as, or consider this as an example. Complete a self-assessment for my program. That would be a good goal. But is it a SMART goal? Making it a SMART goal could be, I will complete the Maryland EXCEL self-assessment for each classroom by September 1st, 2022, or 2025 rather. We don't go backwards, we go forwards. 2025 by doing one classroom each month. That's attainable. It gives you a time frame. It gives you the specifics. It is attainable. It is realistic. It is relevant. It's time oriented, time limited. Okay, that's an example as well. Okay, next slide. So this is just an example of a PIP. We also provide you a template. Our template has like 6 lines, 6 lines. If you want to know more about how to develop a program improvement plan, you can practice this in our guide to self-assessment, to that training, or in our setting goals for higher quality training. Okay, and we'll dive deeper into how to create a PIP. That would be one of 2 of our trainings, or both of them: the guide to self-assessment, that training, and even the setting goals for higher quality. Okay, next slide. Okay, so the list above is every standard that's needed under the category for DAP, particularly for level 3. You'll also need to complete all requirements for quality ratings 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 precedes 3. Participants can access a full checklist via the toolkit. How many of you have ever pursued or perused our
Toolkit? Yeah, I did.
have you ever visited it? Aruna?
It's very, very helpful. It's
And
very, very helpful.
yes. Okay, awesome, Aruna and Dennis. Who else? Andrea, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Charlene. The toolkit can be easily accessed rather, from your Maryland EXCELS portal or your Maryland EXCELS account. If you look up top, you always see tabs, right? You always see tabs when you're on your Maryland EXCELS account. And you can always click on the toolkit as a tab, and it will take you directly to the toolkit. And you can research information by way of level, by way of content area. And it's just a well of knowledge and information from Maryland EXCELS programs. Miss T, you're good? You all right? You have a question?
Yes, no, ma'am.
Okay. Everybody's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can also access information via the Maryland EXCELS websites, getting started. Has anyone seen that? Excuse me. Has anyone seen that component on our website, getting started?
No.
You said
You've seen that?
Excel?
Yes, our EXCELS website, www.marylandexcels.org. Right? So you can research our getting started page. All right. Next slide. All right. Okay, so we are going to hasten because it is 6:51. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to hasten. The list above is every standard needed under the quality rating 3 for ADM. Again, you will need to complete all the documentation for quality ratings 1 and 2. And you can, again, access this via your toolkit. Okay. All right, next slide. All right, so as mentioned earlier, you can always go and peruse our Getting Started tab or Getting Started quick guides with Maryland EXCELS. You can download the quick guides for your reference as well. Next slide. Okay, so by navigating at that point that is being shown in the diagram, you can access the quick guides for either a child care program or a child care center program or a family child care program, because you know there will be varying differences. All right, varying differences as it relates to the requirements, because family child care programs don't necessarily have staff. All right. Okay. Next slide. The quick guides can be downloaded in a PDF format and include a checklist and descriptions of all of the requirements needed to suffice or needed to achieve quality ratings 1 through 3. All right. Next slide. So over the next few minutes, and they are going to be a few minutes because it is now 6:53. Over the next few minutes, we're going to review a couple of Maryland EXCELS subcategories and policies and statements that require submissions. So looking at DAP 1, we're going to review the Maryland EXCELS standard, what is needed to meet all of the components of the criteria, and knowing that there is flexibility that can be exercised as to how this is done. So looking at DAP 1, talking about the environment requirements for QR3, quality rating 3, children are provided with opportunities to interact with their peers in a developmentally appropriate environment, welcoming of children of all abilities that offers a balance of child-initiated and teacher-directed activities, reflecting interests of children, their primary languages, and their cultural backgrounds. We're going to review a philosophy statement as it relates to that, and we're going to see what is needed. All right, so going to the next, staying right there, looking at the program philosophy statement example. Looking at that, take a minute and look at that. Can you see it clearly or is it too small? Is it?
It's good.
It's good. Okay, look at that quickly. And let me know if you think something is missing. Okay. Is the philosophy statement missing anything? It is. In fact, it is missing primary language and cultural backgrounds. In order to suffice this content area, this subcategory, you must have all of the required verbiage. Welcoming of all children. Peer engagement in a developmentally appropriate environment. Offering a balance of child-initiated, teacher-directed activities, reflecting children's interests. It is missing language and cultural backgrounds. Okay, next slide. Okay, looking at the learning materials requirement for QR3. That is what is required. And something per the example, you see the highlighted areas that specifically include all the verbiage necessary to suffice this subcategory. Learning material statement, developmentally appropriate for ages and abilities, all ages and abilities in the program. All materials are placed on low shelves. They are easily accessible. They promote prolonged engagement. Make sure that materials are available and reflect children's interests. Represent children's cultures. All the learning materials represent children's cultures. And children have a sense of belonging. Tips for submitting documentation. At any Maryland EXCELS level, it is expected that a program will have established policies and procedures that exceed licensing and support a good quality program. Handbooks and documents should be professionally written and easily able to be edited as needed. Your documents should be living and breathing. They should live on your digital devices, okay? So that you can make necessary adjustments or corrections at any time. All items submitted should reflect the program's practice. You won't want to rush when you create policies. Remind participants that a checklist for items is always needed. Know that. A checklist is always accessible to you by way of the Maryland EXCELS website via the toolkit. Your PCs and QASs, you will want to know are accessible to help you. We want to see you succeed. Looking at the toolkit, the Maryland EXCELS toolkit is a resource that is available through the Maryland EXCELS website or from within your Maryland EXCELS portal or your account. If you do not have a particular policy, this can help you develop new policies and find new ways to edit existing ones to meet the requirements within each of the Maryland EXCELS subcategories. Okay. Benefits of achieving quality rating 3. What are they? There they are in front of you. Financial rewards, free promotional resources, outreach and resources to educate families on choosing. Next, high quality pays. Maryland EXCELS payments reward your program for providing high quality services to families using child care scholarship. At Maryland EXCELS QR ratings of 3, 4, and 5, your program will receive increased reimbursement accounts ranging from 10 to 44% based on the age of the child, the type of care, and your program's quality rating. This chart shows the percentage of payments. Okay, these are the benefits. We talked about vendor discounts. We talked about financial incentives. We talked about how it pays to participate in Maryland EXCELS, our quality rating and improvement system for all licensed child care programs in the entire state. So we've discussed a lot. Woo. And you've hung in here with us the entire time. We've covered defining a QRIS, identifying the criteria, analyzing the processes of self-assessment and the PIP, evaluating the tiered reimbursement that you will receive at level 3. Okay, we talked about resources that will assist you in enhancing your level of quality. Next slide. There you have the resources that are available for you. Definitely peruse our website. Contact your quality assurance specialist. If you don't know who it is, definitely email me and I will inform you. I will email you back and let you know who your QAS is. Okay? All righty.
Okay.
Any questions? Any questions? You did a fantabulous job asking questions and sharing your commentary. Okay. All right. So with that.